Okay. Um. Right. Yeah. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Wherever you are, I hope you're doing great and in good health. I mean, my name is Mariati Wula, or you can call me Tita Mary. You can call me Tita Mary. So uh, I'm here to I'm here very excited. Okay, right. I'm losing words. I'm here so excited to learn together and discuss many things for the next 30 minutes. You enjoy. Okay, you can always write something on the chat, live chat, so I can greet you, or even have any questions in the during this um, during this lesson. Just drop your questions in the live chat. Right. Our topic today it's poetry for the planet. Okay. Probably already know about poetry. Uh, you read it somewhere, or even listen to someone's reading it. And the during this during okay, sorry. Right. Yeah. You may read it somewhere, or even listen to someone's reading it. Yes, poetry is everywhere. Okay. And has been here as long as old as human civilization. And when we hear about it, the first thing that comes to mind might be beautiful words or feelings. Expressing our feelings when we feel upset about something. Then we write a poem. Okay, the first thing, uh, actually, that's true. Okay, however, have we ever thought that the way we express feelings with poetry, have we ever thought that we can use it for something more powerful, something that can people and encourage them to realize that something needs? That's exactly what we're gonna do today. Okay, we will discuss poetry in a way that it can save the planet from one of its biggest problems, climate change. So let's get to it. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so you can see the presentation, which I will put the link of the. I think I already did. Okay, I put on the bio, below the link to this presentation, so you don't need to worry that after this live ended, you still can access the video, my YouTube channel, and also the slides, because I really want this to around the world. All right, wait a minute. Here we go. Yep. Um. So wait a second. Okay. Okay, I still have problems. Okay, now I'm gonna share my screen again. Very sorry with the delay. Yep. Okay. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Hope you can see it. All right. So that's our discussion today. It's not only about the poetry. Okay, how to write a powerful poem. Okay, it's for English language grade 7, but I think grade 8 and 9 also can and can try. Okay, right. So we are often here. Okay, this is the thing that I want to point out with everybody. Often confused with the word poem and poetry, which are pretty much the same thing. So if poetry is a work that it's about emotions and expressing feelings, And meanwhile, the poem is the arrangement of words of that. So we can say that actually poem is poetry. So when poetry is the process, so poem is the result. Okay, so that's yeah. And speaking of definitions, when we talk about definition, I think we will find a lot of definition of poetry. So I decided to pick the definition from the worldwide poet that ever said it. Okay, one is William Wordsworth. He is a English poet. Okay, he said that poetry is spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Okay, so yeah, powerful feelings. Okay, that's the the word powerful. And then meanwhile, Emerson, he was a American poet. He said that poetry teaches the enormous force of a few words. So enormous forces a few words. And yeah, it's like different from essay or news article. There are a lot of words in it. So, but in poetry, mostly it's not that. It's only like few words, but it's enormous forces there. And the last you Arnold saying that poetry is simply the most beautiful, expressive, and widely attractive of saying things. Okay, so yeah, so can you imagine that these three things put together? So it's feelings and enormous forces of few words and active and widely effective mode of saying things. And the last is my favorite poet, Edgar Allan Poe, uh, said that poetry is the rhythmical creation of beauty. So it's feelings and it's few words, effective mode of saying things, and beauty. That's okay. And then um, now how to write powerful poems. Okay. Um, before we go further, I like to discuss about this elements of a poem. Actually, there are a lot of elements of a poem, but I only picked these two things I think very important. Okay, very important for us to start before we write poem. First is stanza. Stanza in poetry is similar to paragraph. Okay, so if in it's in essay, they have paragraphs. Okay, like paragraph one, paragraph two. In poetry, we have stanza. Okay, sometimes in one stanza, there are two lines, three lines, four lines. So it depends on the type of the poem. But like a paragraph in essay. And the other another thing about the elements in a poem that I want to point out in this meeting is that the theme. Theme is all about. Like it's the mood of the poem. So like when you wanna express your feeling about your life, then that's the theme. Is it happiness? Is it sadness? Is what? Okay. So in this case, our theme is uh, climate change through the powerful poem. That's the theme. Okay. Okay. I gather these four poetry. So I think these four a must when you want to write a poem. When you want to write a okay. So the number one is know your goal. So you know your goal when you write it, why you want to write it. So like, what is the reason behind this? This asking why will help you to number two follow the ideas and connect with your feelings. So this number one and number two is like you go along with it. So after you know your goal, okay, our target, write powerful poem because I love the earth. I want to do something that I want to use poetry because it's powerful, okay, and it's beautiful. So I want to use it to and then you follow that ideas and connect with your feelings. Number three is choose emotive words. Excuse me. Choose emotive words. It's very important. Sometimes simple can be also emotive means that it's like gives emotions when you read it. For example, when someone says, "Oh, it's a good poem," okay? Then instead of using good, you can find another word that is more emotional, like not emotional. I mean, like more. It's stronger. Fantastic. So instead of saying good, it's a good poem, say fantastic poem. So you change the word into fantastic. That's what I mean by choose emotive words. Okay. No worry, we will discuss about how to choose emotive. Okay, when you want to write poetry. Okay, the last one is we go technical, but we're not gonna focus on this because you find a lot of sources on YouTube about how about poetic devices. So waste our time, not waste, sorry, spend our time to focus only one this because all of these four are very important to write powerful poems. Okay, right. So the last one is poetic device. We're gonna go one by one. Um, one is know your goal. Okay, so I'm going to show you the video about one of the poem that read during the climate change summit back 2014. Okay, this poem is very powerful and it's like my reference to my students when the first time I'm trying to brainstorm them with the idea of climate change. Ooh, they're like, okay, hi, Miss Yun, Miss Denok. Okay, Miss Mutia. Okay, Union Zaneta, right? Okay, so, okay, this is the, right, this is the poem of Enjoy. Dear Monte Filipina, you are one full sunrise of gummy smile. You are bald as an egg and your thighs that are thunder, shrieks that are lightning, so excited for big cubs in our morning walks along the road. Dear Monte, I want to tell you about that lagoon, that lucid, sleep, lounging against the sunrise. Men say that one day it will devour you. They say it will gnaw at the shoreline, chew at the roots of hardwood trees, gulp down rows of your seawalls, and crunch through your island's shattered bones. They say you, your daughter, and your granddaughter too, ruthless, with only a passport to call home. Onto Philippines. Don't you mind? Mommy promises. One will come and devour you. No greedy whale of a company sharking political seas. No backwater bullying of businesses with broken morals. No blind bureaucracy gonna push this mother ocean over the edge. No one's free. No one's moving. No one's losing their homeland. It's gonna become a climate change refugee. Or should I say, no one else. To the Carteret Islanders of Papua New Guinea, Faroe Islanders of Fiji, I take this moment to apologize to you. We are drawing the line here. Because baby, we are going to your mommy, daddy, boo boo, Dima, your country, president too, we will all fight. And even though there are those hidden behind platinum titles, like that we don't exist, that the Marshall Islands, Tuvalu, Kiribati, Maldives, and Hainan in the Philippines, and floods of Pakistan, Algeria, and Colombia, and tidal waves and earthquakes didn't exist, still, there are those who see us. Hands reaching out, fists raising up, banners unfurling, megaphones moving in canoes blocking home ships. We are the radiance of solar villages. We are rich, clean soil the farmers pass. We are petitions blooming from fingertips. We are families biking, recycling, producing engineers, designing, building, artists, painting, dancing, writing. We are spreading word. And there are thousands out on the street, marching with signs, hand in hand, chanting for change now. They're marching for me. They're marching for us. Because we deserve to do more than It's the ending. Okay. So if you can see, it's a tractor. Okay, so from a company. Yeah, it's a company that this. So cutting trees, and then it makes the animals that's supposed to live in the kind of far away from human, um, where human lives, and then they move to near human, human, where human lives, and then yeah, infected the and then the animals went to the, yeah, it becomes infectious to human and transmit to human and human. Really, the movie is all about, and I have no idea that um Oh, no. Okay. I'm going to this one. Okay.
Clouds are rolling on see trees so tall that could make our words forgotten. Whoosh, something passed by us. There's the mountains waiting for its own. It's a conversation. No one would like to with the sun. See the mountains with the sun. The trees would go far. They always start screaming for help. They'll say there was a big bug. Say it was extinction. If only the split could stay serious. If only the sun could stay serious. If only we dreamed. So I wondered at once.